Welcome to this week's session. As I already said last week the topic that I said I'm going to talk about in this week was that how do you actually survive in a buyer's market when you're actually a seller? So, but I decided on top of that to do a bonus video. So this is the bonus video that I'm going to be talking about for this week, right? So I want to talk to you about how actually um, your house is actually a savings account if you are not already aware of that. And I'm sure you have heard the statement that says 90% of wealthy people that actually make wealth, they actually make wealth through real estate. Okay, so this is exactly the reason why real estate is the one of the best investment option that you can ever get for yourself, right? So in my past videos I spoke about what we call equity, right? Or home equity. Home equity is basically the amount of money that you own within the bond that you are paying on that house. So there's a certain amount that will belong to the bank, and there's a certain amount that belongs to you as the owner of that house, or as somebody who has a mortgage on that house. So what that means is when you are paying your installment, you are building what we say is equity. So when you are building that equity, what it means you are saving your money, right? So in actual fact, if we are talking about 5 years down the line, it means you will have that portion of money that you have paid, which in that case belongs to you. In 10 years, in 15 years, in 20 years, then that is 100% that actually belongs to you. So what this means, it means that the very, very wise people or smart people, what they do is that they get themselves many of these savings account, right? Many of these savings account, so that whenever they can actually they want to actually withdraw money from that, they can actually withdraw it, which means that the sooner you get yourself a house, the better for you, right? So say for example, this is why so many people do this thing of buying properties and renting them out, or even buying a house and you stay in it, right? Because you are still building equity, no matter if you are using it for investment like rental, or you are staying in your house, it is still a savings account. It doesn't matter. So in cases where you want to use money, or doesn't matter what the reason is, but in most cases I would advise that if you want to take money out of the bond, you can actually, it's called a refinance option. You refinance that money, you take that money, you put a deposit on another house, voila, then you get your next rental house. So this is how people use the house or the bond as a savings account. You are actually just saving money for yourself there. So I want you to think about that. This is why I did this a bonus video, even when I wanted to talk about something else, but I felt within my heart that I needed to talk to you about this option, right? That use your home as a savings account, which means that if you are renting right now, you are actually, I will say, you actually maybe wasting money in a way. But there's two sides of this, right? But I'm gonna come into the way of wasting money, because that money that you are renting with, you're never gonna get it back. So you don't have the option of using your home as a savings account, which is, for me, I don't prefer that. So, or if you are renting, then it means you need to really rent cheaper. You need to rent very, very cheap, so that you have excess money to use in other investments, investments portfolio, or investment types that you can use. But if you are only just renting, and you are renting like with the same amount that you can actually buy a house, my goodness, you are actually killing yourself. So it is very, very, very much important that if you don't have a house right now and you are able to afford a house, your credit score is good, I don't see a reason why you should not be buying a house right now, because like I said, if you own a house and you have a bond, that house is actually an investment account for yourself where you can actually withdraw that money. You know what is the good thing? The good thing is, say for example, the house is around it's around, let's say, R1 million, right? Now in 2021, the house is R1 million, right? And you live in that house for like 5 years, right? If you are living in the house for 5 years or 10 years, the 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 best chance is that your home will appreciate in price. If you are buying it, it's R1 million. In 5 years time, you find that now it's 1.2, and then another 5 years is what, 1.5, another 5 years is 1.7, 1.8, 2 million. Now it's a savings account, but you have a sort of a compound interest in a way. So for me, who doesn't want to do that, right? So think about it, guys. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one.